Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first installment of Cafecito Time. It's your boy, Chingo Bling, the Ghetto Vaquero, el rey de foreplay, the Versace Mariachi, a.k.a. Baby Glock.
Oh my God, that was such a big intro. I need a whole remix like that.
Con la mera jefa, la dueña. I was about to set you up. La mera chingona, la patrona, la que manda, la que rifa.
I don't know. Rifa?
La más marihuana. Ay, hijo de su chingada madre.
What is up? Can I have some of this cafecito?
Sure. This is Cafecito Time. Shout out to DJ producer Big Rob in the building.
How's it going, everybody? I'm off camera.
Manning the ship. So, hey, this is going to be a quick little episode, but we want to just, mainly we'll be chiming in on headlines, pop culture. We'll roast things. We'll react to things that are happening. But today, we could just zoom in on just stuff that we're watching on Netflix. First of all, shout out to Mo Amer.
Shout out.
Shout out
that
to
was
Mo
so
Amer.
good.
If y'all have not tuned in, Mo Amer has like 3 things on Netflix right now. He has the series, right? Scripted, takes place here in Houston, has a lot of cameos. And then you have
which we haven't finished watching.
Yeah, no. Because there's just so much Mo Amer. Can't have enough Mo. We need Mo and Mo. Shout out to Mo. He's been on the podcast before. The What Did He Say podcast. But he also has 2 specials. The first one came out a couple years ago. Did you see that one, Rob?
I didn't.
I forget. I think it was called Vagabond or something.
Yes.
Is that what it was called?
That was what he was promoting when he was here.
Man, it was just so powerful. And then this new one is powerful too.
I may or may have not shed a tear.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's just the way he ended it. And just he shows, for those that haven't watched it, I guess it's going to be your little spoiler. So towards the end, I'm not going to say it's the end. Towards the end, he basically talks about he goes back to his hometown. And he hadn't been able to go back in years because of the situation with Palestine. Yeah. So, he showed his experience, and it's actually on video, and it was just very touching. And I was like, this is supposed to be comedy. Why am I crying?
Yeah, it's really well done, man. Super dope, hilarious, funny. I was just taking notes, thoroughly entertained. And then what's the one about the lady who killed all her family, all her kids? What is it called?
That one's called something Mother.
Casey Anthony? Was it?
No. It was something like
she was in the Latter-day Saints church, but then got mixed up with like this other Latter-day Saint dude who had his own little religion that he was trying to freestyle and whip up, where like he was Jesus, basically. And he started telling her and putting stuff in her head. He was like, "Hey, so your husband's a dark spirit." And it's like, yeah, you got, he gave her a list. Like, this one's a light spirit, 3rd dimension, dark spirit.
Sins of Our Mother. That's what it's called.
Sins of Our Mother, bro.
It's so sad because I think everybody has known a female or two who have...
Where they get digmatized.
Whatever you want to call it.
And then you marry
where
them.
they will put...
chorizo before their kids.
Exactly. I didn't want to say it like that, but geez. And then... It's crazy that you still are in jail and you're still calling this person who killed your kids to see if he's okay, bro.
They didn't really show, because dude, the 7-year-old, they killed the 7-year-old, her little son was autistic, and then like the 16-year-old daughter, right? But they didn't really go into detail. They just show where they dug up.
She still hasn't confessed. They still have to go to trial in 2023. What? So it's still not even done. They found the body finally, like in 2021.
On Homeboy's property.
Yeah, exactly.
Idaho.
In his pet cemetery.
And they figured it out. First of all, there was one reporter who was on to him at first when it was only one death, when it was like her husband. Her husband died. Her husband died. And pobrecito,
they killed him on purpose. Like, she's like, it was...
Did? Well, they did it in like a self-defense type of way. Like, it was all a setup. So they had split, right? Because she was already digmatized by the other dude. So when he went over there trying to like check up on his kids or pick some shit up or something, it ended up with like, oh, he was getting aggressive. There was a fight and he picked up a bat, allegedly. And allegedly the 16-year-old daughter was like, hey, took the bat away or something like that. Or she pulled out the bat and he took it from her. So now the dead dad has the bat. And then homegirl, the killer, the lady, her brother was like her hitman because he was kind of brainwashed too. So he was like, yeah, it's time to get rid of.
And then they killed the brother.
Eventually, later.
He's like, oh, you in the way, my G.
You a
finna
dark
get
spirit
killed.
too.
I don't know
You
nothing
about to
about
get
this.
killed.
So check it out. So the lady, I don't even remember her name. She was under the impression that her estranged husband was really a spirit name, some weird name like Ted something or other. She's like, yep, Ned. Yep.
Ned, that's
Ned,
him.
Ned something or other. Yep, that's Ned. Ned doing all that talking in Homeboy's spirit. And Homeboy, Bodecito, bro, he was like crying out for help, like emailing the whole family.
And even ask the cops to come. And the cops, are always going to be on the female side.
Because she was persuasive too.
And so it was like, okay, cuckoo, y'all are having problems. Y'all need to figure this out.
So basically, the husband, right, who was like the first domino to go, he would send out like this group email saying like, hey, dude, she's losing her marbles. She's in a cult. She's talking about all this crazy spiritual stuff. And she thinks my body's possessed by some dude named Ned something or other. And she has a list of good spirits, bad spirits, or light and dark and this and that, right? And everyone threw him crazy. They were just like, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
And they really thought he was the crazy one. Like, he's just saying this because she no longer wants to be with you type of thing.
And she had a podcast too. She was talking wild shit.
Yes, exactly.
Which
got a
allegedly,
podcast.
hey, that part I wanted to leave out because, just because you got a crazy podcast, you talk wild shit, don't mean you crazy.
Well,
Just putting that out there. Everybody listens to RPT.
Unless you're a little throwed.
yeah,
Slightly throwed off.
slightly.
But look, when we were done with that series, right? It was impactful. We're talking about dead children. we're talking about dead 7-year-old, and I'm just like, bro, how did he poison the kid? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Because they don't really tell you. And I guess because he hasn't confessed, and neither has she, right? Because he still claims he's innocent. And so they haven't asked her. She's still sitting in jail. And her eldest son, who dodged this whole situation because he was already older, right?
Married, and had his own kid.
Yeah. And so he records him and his mother's conversation while she's in jail. And she's like, I'm sorry. He's like, what are you sorry for? Like, do you know what you're sorry for?
Like, my siblings are dead.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I miss them too. Like, real nonchalant. Like, yeah, I miss them too. No tears, no remorse, no
confession.
nothing. Like, nothing. It was out of this world. And the mom and the sister literally went on like the new, like some kind of TV sit down
A media tour of like saying like, no,
Like, she
my
would
daughter
never
would
do
never
this.
hurt her kids.
And then there's a recorded convo between the mother and the daughter now that she's sitting in jail. And she's like, Mom, I would never do this to my kids. You know my kids better. You know how I am with my kids better than anyone. And so she went and like pleaded for her innocence, like, on all these like news medias and like and the sister. And then when she found out that her daughter did kill them, she was like, what?
It's just like crazy, crazy denial, bro. Just like, won't break character. Like, yeah. And then when this series was done, I was just thoroughly stressed out. I'm thinking like, okay, surely she don't want to backdoor and watch the Jeffrey Dahmer. She's like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. Let's see what this is about.
I said, you ready for this one? He's like, oh, we're finna watch this. I'm like, well, what? It's like, you scared?
Yeah. You a bitch, my boy? You a little bitch boy, my boy? You a little bitch, and you think Jeffrey gonna come get you? Like when I was growing up, I remember it happened in 91 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was like the pop culture thing. Everyone was like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, he fucking ate people. Jeffrey Dahmer, he had bodies in his house. And it was all over the news, the trial. And it's funny because, we talked about it on RPT, Red Pill Tamales, tune in, where we were saying it's funny how the LGBT community was, they were like, hey, don't put this on us. This ain't the kind of representation we want. And it's like, no, you're going to have to take, that's your people. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to take the good with the bad.
So
And
he is
killed
part
gay
of the,
dudes.
and he is part of the LGBT. Man, if it wasn't for that one gay guy that got away, he would have continued to kill and store these bodies in his home.
Oh, one guy got away.
Yeah.
That's how he was busted.
He got away and
He
told
got
the
away,
cops.
and like I thought it was going to go a different direction whenever he was like waving down the cops and he was naked
Because he was black, you thought the cops was going to kill him.
Totally. I was like, oh my God.
You
Because
bought into the lie.
well, wait, because they had just gotten a call too that there was a guy in this area that, remember?
And he was wearing a handcuff
He was
on one
wearing a
arm.
handcuff.
He's like, whoa, where you coming from, bro?
Yeah.
Why you got a handcuff? So that could have been a
yeah.
that
Red
could have turned
flag.
into George Floyd.
Yeah, something. And so then he tells them, this is where I was. Like, all right, well, take me there. The cops tell him. And they took him there.
He's like, this guy's trying to kill me, man.
And he's like, all right, well, let's go. And so they're opening the door. And at first they're like, okay.
stink.
That's not until they went in. At first he was like, well, can we get the key to this handcuff so this
Yeah, the
man can
key.
go? Like, what's up? And he's like, all right, let me go find it. And then he's like, okay, well, don't close the door. Like, we're finna go in there. When they go in there, it's just like this foul smell. And they're like, what is happening? And he gives everybody the same story. That's what's funny. He's like,
Pork
my
chops.
family likes pork chops. And they
I
actually,
like to cook pork chops, and they gave me pork chops, and I didn't turn on the little freezer, and it went bad.
Yes. And so then the one cop that's in there looking for this key opens the drawer, and he's got Polaroids of all the people that he's killed, all the guys that he's killed. And so he keeps track of them. And so he's like, what? And so they
He's
arrest
like, these
him.
are real. Mm-hmm. Holy
At first,
shit.
he didn't know what it was. He was like, no, these are real. And then they found the bodies in the fridge.
Said, boom, y'all ain't got to watch the whole first episode. We didn't get y'all.
They found the bodies in the
He had a
container.
head, bro. He had a head in the fridge, my G.
And it's funny because they always show him
Barbacoa, homie.
they always show him grabbing a beer, but they never show like
It just
always
opens
just
slightly.
yeah.
But I already knew what the director was doing. I was peeping game. And
Way to break down the wall string of the show.
and you know what?
Well, you know what's funny? I do the same thing too. We'll sit there and we're like, bro,
Because we already knew. We knew
I was like,
since the 90s he
this
had bodies.
edit. I told him, I was like, we'll be watching something like, did you just see this edit?
She's like, that's a fire transition, my boy.
Yeah, I'll say so.
My boy.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh my God, my G. Okay, first of all, round of applause for Niecy Nash killing a supporting role.
Oh yeah, it was Niecy Nash. But I knew it was like I couldn't.
What
think
else
of
was
her
Niecy
name.
Nash in?
One of the funny, I think it was one of Ice Cube's movies.
Oh, I don't know. But can't nobody smoke a cigarette in silence like Niecy Nash. Because you see all her thoughts on her face. She's just like looking at the air vent like I know that white boy up to something.
Because the smell was coming through her vents.
Oof. So he lived above her or next to her.
Next door.
Next door. And so she was like,
Allegedly.
I saw you throw away meat. What are you talking about? Because he's like,
You said
need
to me,
fix
you
that
gave me that story last week.
And he just comes towards her and she starts shitting bricks because he's like coming. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to freaking kill her because she's starting to suspect
He's like,
something's
you ain't
up.
my type of meat.
That's exactly what he said. No,
You ain't got
that's
no
not what he
chile
said.
meat.
But it's
Coochie meat.
It's crazy. I was only about 10 years old when this happened, so I don't have the best memory of it, but I remember like my aunts and stuff talking about it, you know?
Jeffrey Dahmer. It was
Yeah,
everywhere.
it was everywhere,
It's-
yeah.
I mean, it's a serial It's think about the story, bro. Like a serial killer cannibal that had bodies in his fridge in Milwaukee.
Bro, and then he says, Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah.
I thought it was Idaho.
That's the other story where they found where they dug up the bodies.
I'm sorry.
My baby, geography, sometimes that should be kind of
I
tricky.
know where I just thought it was Idaho, but you're right. But it was Idaho was the other. We've watched so many of these series, and he's like, "This is right up your." Because guys, let me tell y'all something. When I first met Chingo, I was obsessed with Discovery ID. I watched so much of like the Forensic Files type stuff because
Them kind of shows.
At one point, I told you guys I was a criminal justice major, so that's my jam, and I love it. I still love it. So for me, watching all this, it's like, oh my God. And he's like, yep. He's like, this is
mero
all,
mole.
this is your, yeah, exactly what he said. I said, yep, this is, because this is my, like, I'm totally like obsessed with stuff like that, like stories of like.
We talked about this. Why are most women into that?
Into like
Oh, I don't
weird,
know.
sickly shit.
Yeah, they all want to watch true crimes and murder
I love
investigations.
true crimes. Listen, I'm going to tell you this Twilight Zone one. Do you remember the Twilight Zone? Oh
I mean,
my
I know
God.
of it, but I never
You're
saw
so
it.
little.
I was 2 when
you weren't
Dahmer
even,
happened.
You weren't even alive.
I was 2. That's what.
He wasn't even trying to eat you.
You didn't even walk.
You was fine walking through Jeffrey Dahmer neighborhood.
Hey, Jeff.
There was a Twilight. If anybody's watched the Twilight Zone, there was this one. I never forget it, but it's the best way to kill someone. I'm telling you.
I know which one it is because she done told me this one.
And so they're like in this like old dirt road. You know how it is, like Needville type
Yeah.
deal.
Old Town Road.
Old Town
Town
Road.
Road.
Exactly.
Lil
and,
Nas X.
And so she like, this was going on. She totally killed this person, poured cement on him,
That's a great idea.
Made him a rock.
made them into little concrete, broke it all up, turned it all into pebbles, and just drove on these dirt roads and just sprinkled all the little pieces of concrete,
pebble rock.
pebbles.
Human pebbles.
And then after that, the only reason this lady got caught was because a finger didn't get chopped
way
up, all
pebbled.
the way chopped up, and so they found somebody was walking,
They're like, oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
found a finger.
Huh? That's a weird
What?
pebble.
Is that
Huh.
not crazy?
That pebble has a
Otherwise,
fingernail.
this person would have, you went missing, bro. They're never gonna find you. They turned you into fucking pebbles.
What it was is homeboy had a fungus toenail. And it didn't break.
Tell us more, Chingo.
It didn't break down all the way. So that's what's gonna save me. If somebody ever try to turn me into pebbles, my fungus toenail is gonna
Give it away.
It's gonna be a clue. We're like 30 years later, they're gonna be like, huh? Looks like that pebble has fungus.
That looks familiar.
Hey, they start digging it to see what kind of fungus it is, and then
type
they
of-
start
yeah.
doing experiments on it.
On an Old Town Road. Hey, what if y'all find out? Hey, what if y'all find out later that Lil Nas X is like the modern day Jeffrey Dahmer on an Old Town Road?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Same.
Yeah.
But Penny does like one of his songs, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Which, first of all, as a parent, I would have never clicked play on that Kids Bop.
It's Kids Bop.
Oh.
I was playing Kids Bop for her.
But they commies over there. They know what they doing, bro.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They know what they doing. They being slick. They're like, yeah, put Lil Nas X on Kids Bop.
Well, Penny loves that one song. What does it go?
No, 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 no.
The one that all the
Oh, yeah.
Christians had a issue with because he was
Twerking
God
on
or
Satan.
something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one. She goes, Mom, every time she's driving, she's like, Mom, can you play that? What I call me?
I'm on my way.
Wait, I'm on my way,
In
yeah.
the morning.
She sure does.
No, mames.
Way to
And
go,
I'm like,
Chingo. Way
Bro,
to go.
parenting. Man.
What are you doing, bro?
No, this was all news to me. I get in the car. Hey, play the one Penny like. Which one is that? Montero. Lil Nas X.
That's
I'm like,
exactly what I
Lil
said.
Nas X? I'm like, the one where he was twerking on Lucifer?
I mean, it's on
was
Kid
backing it
Bop,
up.
so I thought it was going to be innocent. And then I hear the song playing. I'm like,
I'm like, the one where he was backing it up on Beelzebub?
Just because there's a youth pastor singing, it doesn't mean it's kid friendly.
Youth pastor? Whoa.
God.
A youth pastor singing at Kids Bop?
I'm just assuming that's what they sound like.
oh, that's funny. A youth pastor singing. That's hilarious.
Shout out to Listener Kids on YouTube, where it's like,
Well, they're
this
on-
little light of
They're on.
mine.
They're on
Apple.
Apple too. Mhm.
Listener Kids, boy. I got the joy.
So he'll come in singing that. Legit. Just start at the top of
I
his
know.
lungs.
Well,
Hey, sometimes
We
you
sing
you
it
got-
all the time.
You got to psych yourself up. You got to flood your mind, your wavelength with the Lord.
Penny
Big
will
dog.
get in the car when we're on the way to somewhere, and I'm like, "What do you want to listen to?" She'll be like, "Joy, joy, joy," and I'm like, "Okay," and then she'll just go off on, "I got the joy." Oh, and Sunny, who can't even talk or anything just yet, she loves the one that says "Hallelujah, Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah." Praise be the Lord, or something.
she put her hand
and
up.
she goes
Put her
like
hands
this. She goes.
Praise Him, Lord. Hallelujah.
But she just hums because she obviously can't talk. So you just hear her. I'm like, you like this one, huh? Because she just.
But she be hitting the hips.
You should have seen her today in her class, babe.
What did she do?
And they're like, oh, she came to dance. She didn't come to exercise today. That's all she was
Yeah,
doing in
she
her
should
little
have.
exercise class today. She kept dancing.
They-
They were playing cute little songs. So I
That's-
guess for her, it was like, oh, yeah, this is jamming.
That's how I know she has a little personality, because when I take her to that class, all the parents never fails. At least some of the parents
Everyone.
comment on something she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, her little scoot. She's really fast. Is that how she crawls? Or like, oh, okay. She came to, like
Same today, all day. And then when she woke up, she was kind of like weird. And I was like, you might want to do the egg. I said, because she was complimented so much today. It was
She got
like,
ojo?
I don't know, maybe. I mean,
This episode of Cafecito Time, we want to take a time out right quick to thank our sponsors. Twin Candle Co. based out of H-Town. Know what I'm talking about. Twin Candle Co. 100%
Owned by two little twins that are only 8 years old.
correct.
Just so y'all know.
That is a really cool story. These are hand poured candles, 100% soy wax. You can order yours right now. Just go to the website twincandleco.com. Some of the best, I like to say scents and flavors, but they be like, hey dog, don't be saying flavors no more on our read because people thinking they can eat them because they smell that good. We actually have a collab dropping real soon. Guess what the name of the candle is going to be?
Tamales.
Cafecito time.
Ah, okay.
Same name.
okay.
Same name as this show. Cafecito time. I can't wait.
And are you going to tell them the other thing we have up our sleeve, or are you going to keep that a secret?
I don't even know what you're talking about. What other thing? Pierce face?
Coffee.
Oh, we do have a coffee collab, but right now that's neither here nor there. I didn't know what you. We got a lot of projects going on right
Yeah,
now.
we do.
Right now, we
Shit.
talking about friends of the podcast, twincandleco.com. These are unreleased smells, so I can't even name these smells right now. But hit the website up, pick the ones you like. I think they have some scented little warm candle mix. What are them things? The
Melts.
Wax.
The melts.
Yeah.
Wax
Those are my
melts.
favorite.
Have you smelled these, Soul?
I've not. Is this a new one?
So see which one you like most, and then tell Chingo because he picked his already, basically.
Yeah.
Of those two.
Oh,
Whoa, sorry.
Oops.
Coming in hot.
That's all right.
We burned it a minute ago.
that smells damn good too.
I smell
Sheesh.
this one. This one's called Dahmer.
That should have lit that after you.
Dahmer fridge. This is what Dahmer should have had. You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that might have to be something for her lounge. Her scent. I don't know what you're gonna name.
I
yours.
love my favorite one right now, which Don said y'all weren't even selling, is the coffee and spice.
Oh yeah.
She goes that I just made that to see like
Because I like coffee and spice.
yeah.
Isn't
And so
that
she
this
was
one?
like,
No, it's different.
she's like, I just made it just to see if you guys
Isn't
would.
that the one that I said I had like?
No, I don't think I brought that one. It's very like fall specific.
Yeah, she gave me.
I could have
some.
swore that's the one.
She gave me a candle or you gave me a candle and the warmers.
Yeah, I took it home.
Oh, okay. Then if you smelled it, then that is it.
Yeah.
See, yeah,
That shit is
We got
smelled.
similar taste.
Bro, I like that's my. I sometimes will be going upstairs and I'm like, who's making? Oh, no one's
Who's
making coffee.
baking?
That's my candle.
See, this what Niecy Nash needed in her apartment, and then Jeffrey would have never got caught.
You're right.
Never would have. If he had one in his
That's right.
in his apartment, he would have never gotten caught.
True that.
Coming early October.
It'll cover early October. Covers all kind of smells, including cannibalistic activities.
Oh my gosh,
So,
disgusting.
what else we've been watching on Netflix?
Okay, I did try to start the Vicente one.
The vasectomy.
I was gonna. I know that's what I'm thinking about, right?
Oh Lord! Hey,
what's
that's
on our mind?
that's the sponsor we need. Anybody got a little promo code? How much is it? Do urgent care got vasectomies? Because
Oh my god.
because this is getting real iffy and scary, man. We got a 1-year-old and Yahweh, we
Yeah,
can't-
for real. And Luisa said, "Are you sure you're done?" I'm like, "I'm sure I'm done." Luisa, what are you talking about? She goes, "Well, I'm just saying, I'm like, "No, you're not saying anything." I'm like, "We're completely
God,
done."
hush your mouth.
You ain't say shit.
You ain't talking about a motherfucker.
And then she tells me that she goes, "And let's hope your kids don't decide to have kids as old as you, though." She's like, "Because then you're gonna be like 90 before you'll ever get to see your grandkids." I'm like,
trick.
Damn. She has no filter.
Hey,
Gosh.
you got to remember, Mighty Soul was a feminist. She was all about her career. You know what I'm saying? She bought the Cosmopolitan
Listen.
line.
She's a part of the problem.
She used to read Cosmo.
I didn't care to have children. I really felt they were.
What they are.
I just felt they were
Thorn in your side.
A handful.
I didn't want to have that responsibility.
She's like, I like my freedom.
loved my freedom. I
can
did.
Up and go.
And then I went to Hawaii one summer, and
I was there.
And he was there, and I just said, "I think I do want children."
She's
He's
like, come on, my clock is ticking.
Are you sure? And I'm like,
I was like, tell me when to go.
yeah. And then he was like, "All right, well, I'm ready."
She's
And
like,
I said-
and I'm like, all right, I'm
"Hey."
done.
And I said, "All right." I said, "All right, on my birthday." And he goes, "No, why do we have to wait till your birthday?" He's like, "That's only a week away. What difference does it make?"
I was like, in Hawaii.
Tell me when I can bust loose.
One of them was conceived in Vegas. One was conceived in Hawaii. Now, if you ask Stacey Abrams, my babies did not have a heartbeat until way later than what we heard. She said we're not gonna go into politics, but she said the sound you hear, the flutter, what you hear at 6 weeks at the ultrasound. She said that's
fake.
she said that's fake. That's a little sound effect they put on the speaker so that the man could further oppress the women.
Let's imagine this. My ex-business partner was pregnant when she and I were in business together. And as her interpreter, I heard her baby's heartbeat. And I had to describe this heartbeat for her because obviously she's deaf, right? Mm-hmm. So
how'd you describe it? How'd you tell her?
I said it's loud, it thumps, it makes a beautiful sound. And to her, it was like,
ain't that something, bro? Like, that's something people take for granted. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're
because
hearing.
I never thought.
Yeah.
All she did was she only had her hand on the machine to feel the vibration. While she had her hand on the machine, I'm describing what the sound is like. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So for her to say that is a made up sound, she's full of shit.
That's some whole ass shit, dog.
I was there. I described it. There is no baby, no doctor, put nothing fake. I mean, it's just impossible.
And Planned Parenthood updated their definition of the heartbeat at 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. They went and changed their whole definition. They were like, it's just cardiac activity.
Because they're saying heartbeat bills.
They're like, you just see a little something, but it ain't really all the way a heart. And they're like, that's a fetus, not a baby.
Yeah. Ain't
that some shit? The demons and the devil are rampant. These commies are out there.
Soul's face.
It's going back to RPT.
I know.
But anyway, that's a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
for you to share.
It was the moment for me that I said, wow, like this is an amazing thing. Like I never really, to be honest with you, this is really mean to say because I'm a mother now, right? But I just never really kind of like, okay, so you're pregnant, cool. You're growing a human in you,
That's what's up.
That's what's up, good for you.
We were all liberal.
Hey, good for you that you want to be miserable for the rest of your life now. Now you have to take care of this person forever.
She ain't talking like he didn't come to the same conclusion at the same time as you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm gonna let him sound cool on the Cafecito time. But seriously, it was a very impactful moment for me to where I never forget it. Obviously, it was very impactful, and I was just like, holy shit, this is for one, she'll never get to hear her child's legit, hear it. There's one thing to feel it, but she'll never get to hear it. And it was just kind of one of those moments where I was like, this is fucking dope.
That's why I love my left ear, bro. This is the one I can hear out of.
What?
Remember?
No.
I'm always like, turn up my headphones.
Oh, I didn't know you had a one ear problem.
You ain't heard about the ball of wax?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta make time. Somebody's on face. Hey, schedule. I'm gonna ask my wife to schedule me some time.
I have to schedule.
Who the hell is ringing the doorbell?
Is one of they're ringing it hard.
One of the vehicles. Okay, Paul.
Why? Whose vehicle? It's on my damn.
We have to find a way to wrap up.
Hey, so for new listeners, what can they expect for Cafecito time?
We have no idea. We're just starting.
I just think it's going to really be hanging out with the blings, legit.
Hanging with the blings.
I think I don't want it to go politics, which it may sometimes. We will have it's inevitable, not because
it's cultural. Yeah.
It's exactly,
Well, the reason I get triggered is because sometimes people, Chingo, he's over here talking about this and that.
But I think it's going to be really much everything, every day, parenting, life, business. I think a little bit of everything.
Banter.
Yeah.
Relationships. Netflix.
Which relationships I do want to talk about because I just saw this funny spillover episode where they were talking about how conservatives have a hard time dating on the dating app. So a lot of people, if the minute you have anything American related, it's like, bitch, I don't want to fuck with you. And so there's no connection. There's no connection.
Well, can't they find like-minded?
What's his name, babe? Alex Stein, or what's his name?
Alex Stein. Mm-hmm.
He was on there, yeah. And so he's the one that is talking about it. He's like, I can't find a date. He's like, because
that boy's viral. How
he's
can
like,
he?
No one wants to date. No one wants to date. I guess a conservative, and so she's also single, so they're gonna go on a date together. So it was funny,
that's part of his plan.
Because there was he's been trying to hit it, but he brought her flowers and everything.
Who's the chick?
The host of Spillover, Alex Clark.
But she's not a big booty Latina, which is what I thought.
She's not.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he likes, but I'm just saying. But it was funny because they talked about swiping, how conservatives just don't they have a Christian app though?
Oh, Christian Mingles?
Yeah, so why wouldn't you just go there?
Which app specifically were they talking about being on?
Whichever one's you.
Tinder, Bumble,
yeah, Tinder.
Coffee Meets Bagel, OkCupid.
Oh my gosh, what is? all
sorry,
that?
sorry.
Rob, you were on all of those?
Oh yeah, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Back when America was free.
Okay, Cupid. He's like back when they didn't have diseases. Okay, Cupid. Wait, coffee and bagel.
Coffee Meets Bagel.
What's
Coffee
that?
Meets
What's
bagel.
Coffee Meets Bagel?
It was kind of like
I'm surprised you didn't say banana in a bagel.
Does it mean like you go to coffee?
that's kind of the thing. Yeah, like you want people that want to meet up at coffee shops and then just kind of get to meet. That's like your scene.
Don't tell somebody told that. She
Can
gonna
there
divorce
be
me.
friends? Like, are there people there that you could be friends with? Not necessarily date.
It always starts as, "Hey, you want to be friends?" and then it's like, "Let's go to my place."
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Coffee
wow.
meets bagel.
Yeah,
You got me. You got me at coffee.
and then you had to buy you had to pay for in-app purchases. You'd pay for coffee beans, and that's how you could put it in the coffee machine to meet more bagels. So the women were the bagels.
Wait, so these
What?
these weren't literal coffee beans, right?
Yeah, in the app, it was all themed around
Yeah, so
coffees
like-
and bagels.
it's like
yeah.
the coin.
right? Like the coin, yeah.
So you're buying more coffee beans to me, and the chicks are the bagels.
You would have got me, babe. Like if I would have been on there.
I'd have pulled you one way or the other. Hey, regardless. Shit. When Papa knows what he wants, and Papa knows what he likes,
Yes.
Papa gonna get.
Well, the other
gonna
big
make it
one
happen.
is Bumble, which gave the women all the power.
And that's what-
Allegedly, right?
and that's like
the pitch.
she was the one that women are the ones that asked the guy out. Is that how
Exactly,
that works?
yeah.
Okay.
The women could be the only ones to send the DM. The guys couldn't send it because on Tinder it's just constant. Dudes are just flocking to chicks' DMs.
This dude's
Got
hollering.
it.
Yeah.
So on Bumble, the dude can't holler.
Right. The
The
chick
dude-
has to initiate.
So
it.
she has to initiate.
We're the
it.
prey.
Yes.
We're the prey. They're
Yeah.
the predator.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
They make us the betas.
Yeah.
We have to wait for them to reach
It's
out.
like it's like the dudes are like, hey man,
But what if a guy's interested in her?
it don't
Can't-
matter.
it
It's
don't matter.
It's
He
like
can't send her a message. Stop.
it's like we got the
really?
meat.
she has to be. It's basically give the women all the power. Like have her reach out to the guy first, otherwise you can't talk to her.
It's like what is it? Like the Amazon chick. Like they're the
Wow.
fucking. They're initiating
she's pouncing,
everything,
yeah.
and we're just here with the meats. We're over here like Arby's. Like
I got all this meat.
I got the meat.
Who wants all this meat?
We're gonna end it with something like funny, and I want to see if this is you or not you, Rob. But give
Okay.
me a second. Y'all keep going and let me find this.
Well,
little
did you
thing.
ever? You never got to use apps, then, did
No,
you?
sir.
Not one.
Just game. Just drip. Sauce.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop, Mr.
swear to God, what do you mean? Stop-
Problems,
stop
shy
what?
kid.
Stop what, my boy?
You never used an app, really, babe?
No.
Oh wow.
None of that.
None of your friends?
Not an account. None of that. Friends.
You never knew friends that were like, "Hey, you should get on this dating app."
Nah, not that I know of. No. The dating app back then was called the club.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like you went, you turned up, you had your little alcohol, and it was chicks, and they were around.
In the future, the club's going to be in the metaverse.
So see,
Oh,
this is the
awful,
bait.
but yes.
Here's the bait we used to use. You know what I'm saying? You had like some rims, had some bling bling, had speakers in your
Some
car.
spinners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use a rapper and shit like that. You know what I mean? You had posters like,
Yeah.
"What's up? I'm somebody."
The trunks
If
rattling.
you walk into the record store right now, you're gonna find some of my titles. So what it do? I got the meats. That was the app.
I got the meat.
That was the Bumble.
Okay, all right. I mean,
feel
you are
me?
a little older. I see. It makes sense.
I mean, yeah, dog. I mean, damn. How many kids are on this earth because of those apps?
Oh, so many. So many babies. Right now, they're all babies, obviously. It's been in the last 5 to 10 years. Well, no, 3 to 5 years.
It's a whole bunch of little kids.
Hardcore, yeah, just baby making.
That's crazy. So what was the first app you got on? DJ producer Big Rob.
The first one was Tinder,
Okay.
and then the other ones came in.
Okay, so first you got addicted. You got on
I got
Tinder.
addicted to laying down the pipe on Tinder.
And was it like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
shit's it's happening?
Yeah.
And would it always be a date first? Like, where would you meet up?
We would always just find like a dive bar. That was my place. Like, hey, you want to go to this dive, like a small bar, not a club or anything like that.
Okay.
We're not going to the movies and shit.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
now y'all
let's
drinking.
ask, what did
Yeah.
you do with Dawn?
I actually met her in real life, ironically. So the person I
You
ended
met
up
her
with,
in real life?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
not the
hilarious.
metaverse.
No, not the metaverse.
Not the Tinderverse.
I didn't meet her on an app. All the ones that I did meet on an app didn't work out. So there you go. That's usually how it works. It just doesn't work out with people you meet on apps.
Why do you think that is? Because I've known people that get married from an app.
How many? You can count on one hand, right?
You pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. They're outliers. They're the exception, not the rule.
So you saying this a leftist progressive trap to
Straight.
disrupt the nuclear family?
Straight trap.
Is that what you saying, my brother?
Straight trap.
You saying it's communism?
It is.
It's to like make the woman feel that she needs to be modern and progressive
Yep.
and hand out the
It's
cooch.
disguised in pleasure, you know?
Yeah, like a girl.
Yeah.
Get yours, girl.
You reach out first. Don't
It's
let
about-
him message
yeah,
you.
It's power.
Yeah.
Get yours.
Let him grovel or grovel at, you know,
These
talking
little-
to you.
Stop messing with these selfish little boys. Get yours.
Yeah. Give him a little poke. Remember on Facebook you can poke people and shit? Like give him this little
A
like
nudge.
nudge and shit.
Yeah, that was a different kind of poke.
All right, I'm not going to be able to find it, but anyway, I thought it was hilarious because it said like where you were if you're like the eldest, the middle child, or the baby, right? Mm-hmm. And usually it says like the baby has the fun, the baby of the family has the fun personality. They're the outgoing. They're kind of like always the fun, carefree because they're the last one, and pretty much mom and dad. We're like, fuck it, we're done. Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do, type
that
of
makes
thing.
sense.
You know, middle child is seeking attention.
They're the weirdos.
They're always the weirdos, that kind of thing. And then the
They are.
eldest are the ones that have anxiety, perfectionist, overachievers. Everything must be perfect.
Control freak?
You need the most
control
therapy.
freak,
Need the most therapy.
control freaks. I was like, swipe.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, that's me.
Chingo, what are you?
He's
I'm the baby, but I'm like far removed baby. Like to where my sisters are 13 years older and 10 years older. So it's almost like it starts over. So it's like now you also have the anxiety like the oldest because it was that big gap.
What
And
are
you
you?
also control freak.
Guess I'm technically the oldest because it's just me and my sister have the same parents.
But
out of everybody, I'm the second to youngest.
second to youngest.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
So 3 and then y'all
Yeah, 3 and then
And
us
there's
2.
2.
But out of everybody, I'm definitely like hate to toot my own horn. Life of the party, like let's have fun, let's go out, do kind of.
Because you're Libra. Duh, Libra season.
Here go the debate. Ready? On RPT, I guess somebody in the Discord, Harold Cano on the Discord said weed is better than alcohol. Prove me wrong type of thing.
Changed my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically we got into a little debate where, Mr. Life of the Party over here is basically his perception, what Rob said, and I'm going to paraphrase, right? Put words in your mouth. Where he's like, the alcohol people, the social lubricant, they're the ones that are like more upbeat, life of the party. Like he just said, he's like, the people that smoke, they're over there by the swing at the party. They're not really over here playing the games. He's like, they're over there looking at the stars, talking about dumb shit.
It's true.
And I was like, first of all, weed affects everybody different, right? I was like, I did the alcohol already, and there's just so many things that come with it, like the hangovers, the bad decisions, sugar, calories, like whatever, right?
Okay, that's the adult version of thinking of what alcohol is.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying.
Because for me, after I started bodybuilding, you couldn't get me to have a beer. It was
Sure.
like, this is not worth it. This is the
like
empty
counterproductive.
calories are not worth it to me. I'd rather go have a cheat meal,
Yeah.
right, than a beer.
Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather have cheese, melted cheese.
Melted
Yeah.
cheese.
Of course.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, you never seen me hit the weed and do yoga? I was like, it don't make everybody. He's like, usually weed makes people all veg out. They just want to be lazy on the couch.
Yeah.
I'm not a productive person.
I'm
You know,
not
there's
either.
people that like can get focused and they accomplish. I mean, the girl who graduated top of our class was a weed smoker, and I never understood it. And she was like smartest, all of the above. And before we would go to class, we would go to the bathroom and she would smoke. I wouldn't smoke, but she would. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, girl, if it wasn't
like,
for this,
girl.
she's like, if it wasn't for this, she's like, I don't know if I'd be in any of these AP classes. And I was like, what? I was like, well,
She's the
that's
exception.
interesting, because I've already told this
Her
story
cannabinoid system.
on my podcast. I'm one of those kids that were totally affected by the DARE program. And I really believed that the guy that they used to come in and on a wheelchair, right,
Was 'cause of weed.
was because of weed. So I was that person like, oh my God, she's going to end up in a wheelchair if she doesn't stop smoking, And yet she was top of the class. I don't know.
You know they're still out there doing the damn thing, right? Dare.
They
Yeah,
are?
but
Yeah.
oh, you know what? They were collecting money one time outside of Potbelly sandwiches.
They're always outside of GameStops and Five Belows.
And I said, what's y'all stance on the marijuana? And they were like, and I was like, yeah, bitch. Fuck out my face, commie. And I
All right,
walked
but
off.
what if one of our girls came to you and they wanted to come smoke?
I don't answer hypotheticals. Next
What's
question.
the age? What's the age that's okay?
I don't answer hypotheticals. Well, you know what? No, you can't. I mean, nah, they ain't finna be all young and shit. But look, I will say this. Did you notice me smoke yesterday? Can you know? Could you tell that like, oh, this motherfucker ain't smoked?
Totally, because he wasn't really nice. He's really nice to me.
You see? There's enough. I'm talking about we went to bed.
So nice to me when he smokes. Oh my God. It's like,
Hey, babe, you need anything?
yes. No, just like that.
How did I know she was going to
Is there
say
anything I
that?
can do?
I'm going
You turned
up-
to Donald Trump.
Hey,
Is there anything I can do?
or
Is there
it's
anything I can
like, I'm going upstairs. Did you need me to refill your water? I'm like, okay.
Did you smoke?
I said, oh, you just smoked. Okay, I
Yeah, a
got
little
it.
empathy.
Damn.
Well, probably in those situations, what it is like all the weight of the stress of all the problems in the world, everything is like temporarily set aside. But the point I was trying to make is I had my endorphins from my cardio from my class.
'cause
So
you're
it's almost
tired
like
from there,
I'm
yeah.
already high. I don't
Yeah.
I don't even want that. It's gonna mess up the high I already earned. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that's the point I was trying to make.
Really,
Okay.
really bit you in the
Before-
ass there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honesty bit him in the ass.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys have a business or a company, you want to sponsor Cafecito Time,
Come on over.
where do they send info, Marisol?
Marisol at chingobling.com.
And we will send you the
gladly
packages.
send you our packages and our options. So we gladly promote your business.
You can
So hit us
have
up.
you can have your business right here on the lower third of the screen, just like these other sponsors, right here.
Yep.
Or your logo right here, or your product right here. Holla at us. Cafecito Time. Yo, thank y'all so much for listening, tuning in. We want to add more content out there.
So are we doing this on a weekly or are we doing this maybe?
I'm down to be on a
Yeah.
weekly. Yeah, if you can
What
make
day is it
time.
going to drop so people can expect it?
Good question.
That's difficult
Mm.
sometimes to be consistent.
Well, no, because if we record
Yeah.
on my day or your day, it'll still
We could
drop
probably record
whatever
on your day, yeah.
on my day.
Yeah, but then you got to ask whoever's going to upload and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, me obviously. Come
Well,
on,
ask
I
him the
yeah, yeah.
question.
So we'll do 3. That way, we already do 3 Tuesday. We'll do 3 on Monday, and then just pick a day to drop it. Mm-hmm. So it'll either be Wednesday, Thursday,
Well,
or
Friday, because none of us have a podcast.
we all have podcasts on Fridays.
Oh, y'all do too?
Yeah.
Everybody.
What day do y'all not drop?
We drop Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you drop Wednesday,
Thursday, Friday. So maybe we do like a
Thursday?
Tuesday or Thursday.
But if we, oh yeah, we can do Tuesday.
Tuesday.
If we record it Monday, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all be safe.
Jinglebling.com.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm on tour. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am tonight because I don't know when this drops. But hit up the website. We do have San Antonio and
Addison.
Addison, Vegas, Salt Lake
Salt Lake City, and that's about it. So hey, y'all be safe.
Crazy.
Peace.
Bye.